that I think XYZ performs better than ABC, maybe because this thing happened, that thing happened, and this is called review paper, where you review the existing stuff and you put a comparison, you put your inferences, why you feel some one of it is better than other, and why do you think it can be used for more applications than other, and stuff like that. Now, what does that help? How does that help? Because if you have a third person who is developing something and he needs to refer some of the work which has been done in that, so he will go for your paper instead of going for that first and second paper, because you have already written about first and second paper with their pros and cons in your paper. So definitely, if I want to study this technology or this concept, I'll read your paper instead of reading those papers, because your paper provides me better information about two of them, and by just reading one paper, I can know about two papers, and I also come to know about the pros and cons of those technology. So that's where review paper stands for. Research is the original research that you do, where it asks for some kind of innovation or something novel in your study. And case study is just analysis or observation, as I told in my introductory side, where you just observe and analyze the some of the condition. Maybe like currently people are analyzing the COVID situation and writing paper on it, which they claim that maybe possibly if we have similar kind of situation in future, we can handle it better by knowing, by getting the experiences from the current condition. And how do you jot down the experiences? You write a paper on it, so that there be a proper documentation for us to use in future when something like this repeats. So it can be a case study. Now, general format for research paper. So you decide your title, then you write an abstract on it. Generally, you don't write abstract at early. You write introduction of your concept. You'll do a literature review where you write about the existing stuff and how you came to know about how you decided your title, like what's the motivation of your title, and what's your objective, what will be your outcome. You talk about that. In methodology, you propose your model. So it's the proposed project or the concept. So you just write about it, that what's your proposal, and you experiment it. And in resultant discussion, you write the results that you got out of that model. Maybe, as I told, I was working on this cancer detection, tumor detection in lungs, which potentially causes lung cancer. And I wrote about it, that how I'm gonna develop this model in my methodology. And then again, in resultant discussion, I write how well is the model performing. I insert some of the images from the model, like some of the screenshot where the model successfully segmented the cancerous part or detected the cancerous part. And then in conclusion, I write how this can be converted, how this can be brought into real time usage, what will be my deployment architecture and stuff. I also write about what are the what my model currently lags and what I'm gonna do in future to fill up those holes. And lastly, references. So whenever you write a paper, we definitely take references from here and there. If we are putting some sentence, we need to justify why that sentence is there. So for that justification, we have references where we reference the already existing research or research papers. Finally, once your paper is over, like you're done with your writing your paper, you get it published. How do you get it published? You look for relevant conferences. So there's many research conferences happening here and there. For example, IEEE conducts research conferences, and every like yearly IEEE conducts almost 1500 to 2000 conferences worldwide, which means every day there is two to three conferences happening somewhere in the world every day, right? So you have conferences to look upon, and IEEE is a good agency. I mean, they are good with research. It is quite renowned. And yeah, apart from conferences, you have journals where you can directly send your paper. Like Springer has some journal. You must have heard about Elsewhere. You must have heard about Science Direct. Uh, and there are many more, like International Journal of Machine Learning Research, IGMLR. You have nature.com, you have science.com, you have sci.com, and lots of them. So you can just look for any conference journal, go to their submission portal, look for the format. So generally, their submission portal has some format. They want your submission to be in specific format. Maybe some of them ask for some specific fonts, or maybe two column or single column, or images with some caption, with figure 1.1, or picture 1.1, or photo 1.1, whichever they want. So you need to put that in that format, whichever they want. You then submit the paper through your portal, and then you wait for your acceptance. Not all of the paper we will publish. It's not like you send it and they publish it. They'll see the quality of your work, whether it is uh, eligible to publish or not, whether you have written is novel or not, because you cannot blindly copy it. The papers go for a plagiarism check, and they find what's the similarity index of your paper. So you cannot just blindly send the paper anywhere. So you'll have to wait for acceptance. Usually at good conferences and journals, the acceptance is done within 2 to 3 months, or maybe lesser than that. Some conferences, but mostly more than that, or in that time. Once your acceptance is done, you get the email. Congrats, we have accepted your paper and will be published in a few days. Then you do some procedures like some formality of copyrights and stuff, and your paper gets published. Congrats, you are a researcher. But in case your paper gets rejected, you loop around, because when send you the rejection mail, they also tell you why did they reject your paper. Then you work upon that area. You just don't dump the paper around. Work upon the things which the paper lacked. Maybe they will say that the language was not perfect, or the model which you told could have performed better, or they may say please bring up some comparisons, or some more metrics to evaluate your performance, and stuff like that. And you loop around there, work upon your paper again, work upon your research again, make some edits, and resend it to them, or resend it to some other agency. And you do it until it gets published. These are the FAQs which I generally get. Which conferences to choose? So only go for reputed conferences like IEEE, Spencer, or elsewhere. If you don't know about them, consult some of your friends who are into research, or some professors from university. Because there are many people who just arrange conferences and which are not at all reputed, and which will be a total waste of time. So definitely look for some good conferences. Which journals to choose? So choose journal which are indexed properly. So journals have some kind of indexing like Scopus or SCI. These are, like, you may say, these are some accreditations that the journal get. So look for those. If the journal have some kind of accreditations or impact factor, then publish in that. Do we have to pay to get paper published? If you're going for conferences, yes, most of the time. If you're going for journals, even then, yeah, significantly 50% times you need to pay for it. But if you're going for some open source journals, you may get it for free, and but it takes a lot of time. So if you are patient enough, you can get your study published for free. How to avail funding, travel grant for your conferences? So there are many funding agencies like IEEE, or your research and R&D cells, which help you with the registration fee and travel grants for your conferences. Like, I went for an IEEE conference last year in December to Dubai. So I live in India, and I went to United Arab Emirates, to Dubai specifically, for one of the IEEE conference. And fortunately, my trip was sponsored by the R&D cell of my university, and that was fun because traveling for free is definitely fun, and that too at an international country is definitely. So you get travel grants and reimbursements with by some of the agencies. Just search upon that, and you will get lots of agencies in your country, because these are definitely country specific. In India, you get from Tata, that is TIFR. You get it from the central government. There are some SERB and DST grants. There are some grants from the education ministry and stuff. So possibly even your government at your country may provide you some grants and travel grants registration fee for your conferences. So just look for that. Summarizing, research is not so difficult. Just you need to find your interest and start upon working on that. Look out from program which you match with. for your interest. Like there can be some research internships, or you may go for internship under your professor. Yeah, like you may be having some of the labs at your university. You can sit there in that lab and develop some project to a research staff. Potential matching interest. Like if you have some opening, just apply for it, and don't fear for rejection, because this is something which is not in the streamline. This is something which is not in the streamlines. This is something which you are doing for your interest to improve your profile. So don't fear for rejection. Definitely, you will be a good researcher one day. Any questions? If we have on YouTube or somewhere, and if you have a question, you can just reach out to my Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, whatever you want. These are my LinkedIn and Twitter handler. So you can just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Whoa, thank you very much for that. That was very, very
Great.
informative. Thank you very much. And any question? Does anyone? Mhm. I can see a question here, but I don't know if it's for you.
Was that in
Uh,
the chat?
oh, sorry, it's not for you. It's not for you.
Okay.
But then it's the session was very, very innovative, and I think so. One thing about us in Nigeria, yeah, is I don't think research works are like something undergrads do. Like I
Yeah,
think
it is
Olumide
not
can.
even. It is not
And
even here in India. It's like very rare for undergrads to see working on research. But maybe the potential reason for this is that people don't know about it. So if people are aware about it, that it is so easy to do, then they will go for it definitely. And it's not something you do for to get something. I mean, you don't do research to be. You definitely do projects and stuff to get a job at better place, but you do research for improving your own self. So that's a self improvement criteria, and definitely think that undergrad should go for it.
oh, that's very awesome. And I definitely will go back to this recording and follow those steps you put in place. Like just do everything you put in place, and then also try and contact one or two professors or lecturers that would assist on it. Someone is asking for your Twitter handle once again. Can you
Yeah,
share that once again with us?
I okay. I'll put it.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the chat.
Vedant Bahel.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah,
So thank you for having me here to for this session, and I loved it. I hope there were some learnings and for everyone to take back with them from the session.
yeah. Thank you very much, Vedant. That was actually very informative, and there are a lot of stuff to learn from it. And I hope from this session, a lot of undergraduates will start going into research because it shouldn't just be a PhD work or a master's work. I hope we see a lot of undergraduates do it. Thank you very much, Vedant. And
Thank you.
I believe questions should be coming into your Twitter with time.
Thank you, Zola.
Yeah, thank you very much. So that's from Vedant and that is from research. And our second topic for today would be on cognitive services with Azure. So that will be taken by me, and then it's just going to be a demo session whereby we play with what is Azure Cognitive Services, what cognitive services is just more like AI. So what does Azure offer when it comes to their pre-built AI? And we'll be doing a little bit of demo around the computer vision. So I think I'll be sharing my screen now. Yeah. Um, I believe you all can see my screen. Please, if you can see my screen, just let me know. Vidance, can you see my screen?
It's yeah, I can see it now.
Uh, okay. So this is just going to be a quick demo around cognitive services, what Azure Cognitive Services are, and then as I said earlier, Azure Cognitive Services. As I said earlier, cognitive services is just Microsoft's pre-built AI. Basically, right now, if you want to do anything around AI, or before rather, if you want to do anything around AI, you have to get a whole serious AI team that would work on probably Python and write thousands of codes just to have image recognition system or speaker recognition system or any form of artificial intelligence you want. But with Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services, they kind of like do what I call AI in a box. So AI in a box is just I need an AI system. Let me just pick the system out of this box. So cognitive service is a comprehensive family of AI services and cognitive APIs to help you build intelligent applications. There's like a detailed description of it, which cognitive services brings AI within the reach of every developer without requiring machine learning expertise. So cognitive service just gives you AI from an API call, and let's check it out. Let's play with it. Let's see what you are. So right now, Azure Cognitive Services offer 5 major services, which is edition, language, speech, vision, and such. And under the edition, we have things like anomaly detector. If you detect something that is wrong, do this or let us know or flag it to us. If it detects, we have content moderator. If we don't want some content, probably pornographic content or specific content that we don't want, we can plug in or we can just pick up this decision system to watch out for those. We have personalizer, which gives you a specific experience you want for your users or for every user particularly. We have language, another language, we have things like immersive readers, language understanding, Lewis. It basically understands your intention from whatever you say. We have Q&A maker, text analysis, translate text. Under speech, we have speech to text, text to speech, series of stuff under speech. We have translation and speaker recognition. We also have vision, and around we have computer vision, which describes everything the computer sees. So we're going to be having a demo around computer vision to show you how easy it is to use it. And as far as I'm concerned, I describe computer vision as damn, I shouldn't have this on. I describe computer vision as sorry, I'm trying to how do I kill this? Don't worry. I describe computer vision as it sees whatever you put in front of it like a 5-year-old or a child would see it. So if you should snap a picture of people in the class and you should ask a 5-year-old child, what can you see? The 5-year-old child will tell you, well, I can see people in the class. That is just, it's something similar to that a computer vision will tell you. It will give you descriptions of what it can see. It can see it's an indoor picture, it's a this, it's a that. We're going to be dealing more about it and we're going to be seeing it. Custom vision is like tweaking computer vision to your specific needs. For instance, if you have different models of a laptop and you want to identify each models by just looking at the picture or uploading the picture, you can use custom vision to do something like that. We have face, who detects things like emotion, identifies people in images, form recognizer, ink recognizer, video indexer, which index your video, bring out information from your video. Uh, I shouldn't. How do I kill this block? Oh dear, I lost that. Sorry. Yeah. And then the last service we have will be web search. So web search, graph link, also suggest custom search, Bing entity, image search, and co like that. So basically, how do you use Azure? You can just sign up for Azure and then you get $200 free to use or to use to experiment things, and you can also use it to experiment the Azure Cognitive Services. And then let's get started and play with computer vision. So I'm going to go to my portal for Azure. So I signed up to Azure and then I have a portal, and then I'm going to open up my portal now. Internet. Open up. I'm going to sign in, which is normal. Watch them sign into this account. What's wrong with my browser? Okay. So while I'm signing, I'll just explain what I'm doing. There seems to be some issues and I'm having for signing. But then what I'll be doing with computer vision is I'm going to be creating a computer vision service, and then we'll be getting the API key. So the way computer service works is you can interact with it via what's wrong? You can interact with it via an API key and have the full flesh experience of computer services. If I'm going to try one more time, then I would probably another browser. So let me try to open it again. Version. And I hope it logs me in this time around. Okay. So I don't know what's wrong. I'm having a slight difficulty in signing in, but then uh, I'm trying to see if I can open it from another browser and sign in. Um, okay. I'm coming. Just let me close it and put on again. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Can
Okay.
you see my screen
Can
now?
you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see a
We
screen.
can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank you.
I'm using Edge
Yeah.
now,
So
and
I'm using
I
Edge
hope it
now,
opens up.
and I hope it opens up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm here now. So from the Azure portal, um, we have like a lot of stuff, services Azure offers and cool. But then we're interested in creating cognitive services, which is a feature of artificial intelligence. So I don't know why my laptop is slow. Okay. All services, AI plus machine learning, and then cognitive services. So under machine learning, we have a lot of other services such as batch AI and co. Yeah. So we'll create a new service. I think my internet is slow, so these pages are loading very slowly. Okay. So yeah, yeah, like series of cognitive services we can use, being auto suggest, being custom search, entity search, all sorts of cognitive services. But we're interested in computer vision for the sake of this demo. But then, yeah, a list of other services we can make use of: content moderator, face, speaker, pattern analyzer, text analysis, and so on. So, create. Okay. Yeah, and then we put in the name of our cognitive services. So I'm going to call it Beyond Coding, and then subscription. So when you create an account, you get a subscription. It may be a pay as you go subscription, it may be any kind of subscription. So I just choose one. And then you choose the location you want to put your service in. So it's recommended to put it close to where your users are, but then you can put it anywhere. So I'll put it in West US 2. And then pricing tier. So we have the F0 pricing tier and the S1 pricing tier. The F0 is a free pricing tier, but then there's limitation to it. While the S1 is a standard tier, but then you get more calls per second. But then I'll choose this. Resource group is like, where do you want to house it on, or what common name do you want to have for everything. So just let me give you the resource group beyond coding. So those are the basic things you just have to do. Location, and let me put the location to West Central. Just that's why I love putting it. I mean that's why I just prefer putting my services based on my location. So and then you create. It will take about 1 or 2 minutes to create, and we would have our service. But while we'll be waiting for that, let's go on to where we're going to test the service on. So from Microsoft, let me open the deployment process. So Microsoft have like some piece of sample codes where you can test your deployment succeeded, but where you can test your solution on. So I'm just going to do this. Ruby computer vision Azure, and then where are you? Yeah. So I just want to pick up the quick start code, and we're just going to test our service on the quick start code. So here is the quick start code, and I'll be explaining what's happening here. Mm, copy everything, and then let me use relpit to test. Start coding. And we're going to be testing the Azure Cognitive Service in Ruby, but then it's just an API key, so you can use it with any language of your choice. So back to Azure. Our deployment is complete, so let's go there. Go to resource. Why is it not clicking? But then I can just go back to my home and or cognitive services, and hopefully I should see it there. Okay, yeah. So here is it, and just a brief description, the kind of cognitive service we are doing, and then yeah, this is the quick start. So in the quick start instruction, is just the first step is get the API key. The second thing you can do is try the service in API console or make an API call. But all we're interested in is the key. And then why this loads? Okay, it's loaded, but then just let me come here and paste the quick start code I copied, and then come back. Yeah, copy the key and paste it just somewhere. So what we're doing here is that we're fetching or we're making a request to this API key from from West Central, which is the location of our Azure Cognitive Services. And in order to test it now, all we just need to do is we need to upload an image, test, and then it's going to read the image and tell us what it can say from the image. So let's look for the image. In every of my tutorial, I love using Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Yeah. So in the computer vision, we have a lot of services such as landmark recognizer, celebrity recognizer, and just basic identification of or identification of basic stuffs in the picture. So this should load up. And yeah, so we can test with this picture. And all I will do now is copy the picture address, put it in my code, and it's going to try to read descriptions or what it can say from that picture. I hate that this is freezing. Well, while we're waiting for this to also load, there's a sample picture they have here. Let's see what's in the picture. Copy, new tab, open up. Okay, this picture has loaded. So all I'll do is just copy image address. How do I copy image address here? Let me view the image. And then yeah, here's the image address. So copy the image address, come back to our piece of code here and paste it. Let me just remove this size scaling. And then yeah, so what we're going to do now is this is just a little bit of Ruby code that tries to send or make an API request. A cognitive service API request to read through this image, or is sending this image through the API to the cognitive service system, and then we're going to see the results from this image. So let me run the code here. I say ruby main.rb undefined. It's called main. Ruby main.rb. If what's the error here now? Let me try Ruby. Okay, let me just run. Sorry, I forgot I'm doing my terminal. Okay, yeah, awesome. So after sending this picture through, remember we uploaded this picture here, which is just Donald Trump showing us a piece of his teeth with his blonde hair and everything. The cognitive service system brings back a lot of celebrities to us. Number one, the category people baby. I don't understand this, but then celebrity. It can spot a celebrity in the picture who is Donald Trump. And how confident is it? 0.999, 49, then the 7 and some other numbers. But then the confidence is between 0 and 1. So if it's 0.9, that means it's extremely confident. And then some descriptions about the picture, some tags. There's a person in the picture, a man, clothing, necktie, suits, lots of tags which you can use to do whatever you want to do, design your system. You can say if it spots a bed in the tag, do this action. But at the end of the day, what I love the most is the caption it gives the picture. So the caption it gives this picture is Donald Trump wearing a suit and a tie, which is like a description of this. From this picture here, let's copy it and put it here, and let's see the description is going to bring. So we can try a series of pictures, we can try a lot of stuff and see what it's going to say. And what it's saying from here is it's an outdoor picture, water. Let me move this aside. Outdoor water, landmark, does not know where that picture is from. So remember it's this picture. But then back to this place. So it can see nature, it's a nature picture, water, waterfall, outdoor, rock standing, lots of tags around the picture. But most importantly, it's telling us that it is a large waterfall over a rocky cliff. So we can try series of pictures, send it down through Azure, send it down to Azure Coordinating Service, and then the AI system in it is going to try to read the picture and bring a description after. So let me try something like statue statue of liberty. So that was the spelling of statue. STATU of liberty. So let's try a picture. Let's try something like that. Wow, France. And let's see what it's going to tell us. So open the image. Then shine a picture like this. What is its feedback? So after running it, it's telling us that number one, categories, building, landmark, no landmark, but then it's an outdoor picture, and then you can see outdoor water, lots of tags around it. But then because of this is, I don't know, I think it's a Photoshop pic. Oh, I don't. So there is no landmark around this picture. It's just Statue of Liberty somewhere, and then something that looks like the Eiffel Tower somewhere. So at the end of the day, its feedback is a bridge over the body of water. So what it can pick up from this picture is just this bridge over the body of water. So with Azure Cognitive Services, we have AI in a box, and instead of you stressing yourself, or instead of you going extra mile to start designing your AI system from scratch, you can use Azure Cognitive Service and start using AI straight on. So there are a lot of services under Azure Cognitive Services, and I would advise us just check them out, play with them if you can, and you're good to go. So, any questions? I'm assuming there's no question. So, that's all from my part. So, thank you all for joining this session. Next week will be the final week of Beyond Coding, and we'll be having some amazing speakers come talk to us on. We'll be having Olumide Ogudare next week. I'm putting him on another spot now. He will come talk to us about chatbots and some awesome stuff. So hang on till next week. I'll see you all next week. Yeah. Israel.
Yeah, all right. So please, next week, try and invite your friends and invite people. Let's come learn from the boss. Olumide is the boss, so so please let's invite people from our schools and then let's come learn. It's last week. It's the last week, so let's make it very very big. All right. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.